Angel and Eric for today's program. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business and your business is our business. Wish that you could see the moments before we go on air every single day.
You know, they could if somebody was a little quicker to the video speed.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. So the answer, I mean, there is, we could solve this, you know, but there's a reason why the camera doesn't go live until the music goes live.
That's probably true. So
it's private.
We have
what goes on behind the scenes, all the scuffle and the scrambling and the primping, and then the camera goes on and we're smiling and we're good and we're calm.
We have signals in the studio because Charlie's behind the glass running the everything, and
he has the power.
Right. So when we put in our headsets, and oftentimes for the first time as the music is starting, we discover the music is too loud. So I give him the thumbs down to bring the music down, and then Angel gives him the thumbs up because she thinks that's good, and then I'm like, no, down, and Charlie's going with his hands are flying in the air, going what?
Okay. So is it a 1 thumb up like for volume, or is it a 2 thumb up for volume and 1 thumb up for okay? That's good. And Eric's always just like pointing. And I'm supposed to know what he's pointing at in the pointing. Do you ever just feel like, okay, I gotta go?
What?
Mm-hmm. You know, the urge.
Like TT?
Yeah. Do you ever think, oh my gosh, I'm out in public and I, you know, because when you gotta go, right? And now there goes Eric. He's gotta go. Well, I found an app for Eric that as he's leaving the room, hopefully he will appreciate, but it's the Flush, the app is called Flush, and it's a toilet finder. It will prevent the frantic rush to find a suitable place to go potty. So I think if you have toddlers, do you remember the potty training phase? Where, I mean, like, mommy, I got to go now.
Right.
You can have the app called Flush. It has listings for more than 100,000 public restrooms around the world, including information on disability access, key requirements. What's a key requirement to go to the bathroom?
Cleanliness.
And other user reviews. So, diaper changing stations and such. So, yeah, you can actually, it's available for iOS and Android. And the app is called Flush.
Flush.
Don't you feel like,
you flush me out of the office.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. And when you gotta, especially if you're potty training, I used to, okay, don't be totally grossed out by this.
Oh!
But I used to carry, what's that thing called? The little porta potty in the trunk of my car.
What?
Just in case.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You know what? It was like a Murphy's Law kind of thing. If you had it, you won't need it. But if you don't have it, you're going to need it kind of thing. So I didn't have Flush. I didn't have the toilet app, but I did carry
So you carried your toilet in the car?
I kind of did. It wasn't really like the kids knew. This is like Plan Q. This is not our first option.
It's not. No, it's Plan P, and probably like ABP. That's it. Because
is there a bathroom close by? Nope. Is there a bathroom we can find? Nope.
Jay,
gotta
pull
go
over
now.
Yep.
Because no, you can't do that. We actually one time we were on a road trip and stopped at a stranger's home.
No.
To use their
at stranger's home.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. It's like a farm in the middle of nowhere.
Any chance you have a restroom in there?
They know they're in the middle of nowhere. And mortified, I am so sorry. But luckily she was 2 and it was cute. So
squat by the side of the car.
She didn't know.
No?
Mama didn't raise no squatters. My dad tries to take me camping. My dad's a real outdoorsy kind of guy. We would go camping every year for Father's Day, at least once, for Father's Day. And this girl don't squat.
We toured, I was a magician. I toured 150,000 miles a year in this country. And my kids, now I have 2 boys. So
it's very different for you boys.
It is very
different for you boys.
You don't have to hang out as much equipment.
No, we got to let it all hang out and lean.
Right.
Yeah. No. See,
boys-
this is good.
My
See,
boys
there's an
will
app.
forever remember Wamsutter, Wyoming. That's all I'm saying.
Why? That's not all I'm saying. That's not all I'm saying. I didn't hear enough.
That's where you go. When you get to Wamsutter, pull over. Gotta go.
Why?
There's no bathrooms in Wamsutter. It's just like a little speck on the road. But
Yeah.
watch out for the specks on the road. Just saying.
Dad did not like, we used to do a lot of road trips and traveling. My dad did not like having to stop. He'd stop for gas.
Right.
But
You
bathroom
gotta go.
breaks were not reasons
You're
to stop.
headed somewhere.
So I was mortified. I'm always scared to death. So I would carry the potty for my kids.
Well, I truly and wholeheartedly do not know how to make the segue to our next guest.
Well, we're not going to. This was valuable information. The new app. I mean, there's an app for everything. If finding a bathroom has been on your, oh my gosh, I always wish I knew where all the toilets were in the city. Well, now you can. See, this is good business.
Yeah, well, okay.
So you can do your business.
It's something.
Because you can't do your business when you got to do your business.
That's probably.
I can't think if I got to do my business.
Yeah, that's just probably
Yeah,
true.
see, no, this is good business.
Hey, listen, you ever think about being a CEO? I'm not joking now. I'm talking about, see, you just can't. I tried.
You didn't even, I teed that
Started
up for
laughing.
you with puns. I mean, you could have just had your typical, are you not awake yet?
I am awake.
Too early in the week for me
I
to
am
pull
awake.
off that?
I am awake. And I've got Charlie's banana
I know,
in my
I expected
hand.
you to wipe this scene clean or I don't know.
Wipe
I don't know.
the scene clean?
See, I'm
Yeah.
trying to help you.
Right.
All right, wake up.
and flush out of
There we go.
wipes.
There we go.
We'll be back after these messages on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Your IT investment is not just another line item in your budget. You need to think of IT as a profitable investment with a direct effect on your bottom line. C-Squared Computer Consulting offers 24/7 system monitoring and optimization, which means reliability, performance, and productivity. Call C-Squared Computer Consulting today to realize your IT investment's potential. 303-933-1113 or find C-Squared Computer Consulting at c2cc.net.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experience Pros radio show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experience Pros radio show. Start your week off by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude and be sure to always end your week with Fan Braggin Friday. The Experience Pros Radio Show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune into the Experience Pros Radio Show, weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
You got me running, going out of my mind. You got me thinking that I'm wasting my time. Don't bring me down.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Thanks for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. Shenanigans aside, you get into business to create a lifestyle, and yet, do you really take seriously the possibility that you could, in fact, one day become a CEO?
How exciting is that? And of course, the day you open your company, you can call yourself the CEO of your company.
I don't think
Give
that's the
yourself
same.
your own title, but it is not the same. For over 25 years, our next guest, Jeffrey Fox, has been helping his clients grow their revenues and increase their gross profit margins. He has written 12 best-selling business books. They've been translated into over 30 languages, and he is the expert on helping you become the CEO for your company. Jeffrey, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Good morning. Thank you.
Jeffrey, very nice to have you on the show today. Let's start with this. Can anybody grow their business to the point of a C-level executive, or is some people just better stop while they're ahead?
Some people better stop.
Thank you.
But there is many things an ambitious, smart, educated executive can do to further their career, of course. And some people don't want to be CEO, but in many companies they have operating divisions, business units, and the head of that is effectively a CEO as well. So you could be like the head of a division of Disney, for example, ABC, or many companies have multiple divisions. That's equivalent.
Well, Jeffrey, I remember when Angel and I opened the doors to Experience Pros, and we had no idea that radio would be in the future, and much less the most positive business talk show in the country. But back when we started, we were consultants, and we trained what we call extreme customer service. And we decided long ago we wanted to be the CEOs of the customer service arena. And yet, from time to time, we hear these people bad-mouthing big business, right? At what point does a small business cross over to being the enemy?
Well, it's very hard to keep this same culture that starts a successful business going forward. Just working with a client the other day, there are four factors of success in business, and they are marketing, innovation, a winning culture, and wise leadership. If you focus on those four all the time, no matter how big the company gets, it'll continue to be successful. So what happens is people, they get strategy amnesia. They forget what made them successful. So like extreme customer service, some of the companies that have it still, that keep that up, that keep that culture, like Ritz-Carlton, for example.
Sure.
It doesn't matter if they have one hotel or 1,000 hotels. They keep the culture alive all the way.
All right, so Jeffrey, you ran through 4 things, and I didn't have time to take notes. Tell me again what those 4 things were for that as you start out.
Well, Peter Drucker had written once that the 2 sustaining factors, business sustaining factors, are marketing and innovation. But I believe he's incomplete. I think they are marketing, innovation, a winning culture, and wise leadership.
I agree.
Now, marketing is all about getting and keeping customers, right?
Right.
Innovation is constantly doing new things, new and novel things, from trivial like how you answer the phone to dynamic like introducing a new product.
Right.
But a winning culture, this doesn't mean good culture or bad culture. It means winning culture. So, for example,
Do we channel Charlie Sheen?
Well, it's like, for example, not every perfect soldier wants to be a member of the Marine Corps, but the Marine Corps does have a winning culture. So does Procter & Gamble. So does other companies. So a winning culture is what works for your company. And it's imperative that the CEO nurture and burnish a winning culture, not allow anything to come in that will spoil that winning culture. They have to be able to understand what the culture is, how to articulate it, what things that make it winning, and so forth. And then there's wise leadership. And, leadership is like the San Francisco fog. You can taste it, you can smell it, you can see it, but you can't put it in a bottle. So leadership is one of those kind of, got to be careful words today. It could be a buzzword, but
Sure.
People know it when they see it, kind of thing. But those are the four: marketing, innovation, winning culture, and wise leadership. And if you work on those every day, and all your people work on those every day, doesn't matter how big your company becomes, it'll be great.
Well, we encourage our listeners to check out more and get several of the books, How to Become a CEO, How to Become a Rainmaker, and your most recent book, I believe, is called The Transformative CEO.
Right.
Impact Lessons from Industry Game Changers. Fantastic read. Jeffrey, where do people find more information about you and your work?
Well, the website is www.foxandcompany.com, and we're located in a little teeny town called Chester, Connecticut. The books are available. I understand the new relaunch of several of them are in the top 100 airports. So
Nice.
travel alert. If you're out there, buy my books in the bookstores.
There you go.
Buy Jeffrey's books.
Bye.
Foxandcompany.com is the website. There's 3 books actually being released right now. Yes, pick them up when you're at the airport and leave them behind for somebody else.
Cool.
Share the love. So pick up a couple of copies. What else do you want to share with our listeners today, Jeffrey?
Well, I just think that people listening to a show like this are ambitious, and they're thinking about how to improve their business, improve themselves, and so keep up the good work.
Well, thank you so very much. We sure appreciate having you on the show. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, news.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
The top 5 search results get 75% of all the clicks. 75%! That means if you're on page 2, you are missing out on tons of potential business. You, my friend, are in need of professional help. At SharpNet Solutions, it's not all about clicks. It's about making sales. They optimize the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory, and they can optimize your business. Call them today, 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988. Or find them online at sharpnetsolutions.com. Put their talents to work and see what they can do for you. 303-900-4988. Mention the Experience Pros and get up to 50% off. Call today.
What do goofy pictures of Eric eating sandwiches and inspirational anecdotes have in common? You'll find both on the Experience Pros Facebook page. Follow the quirks, the laughs, and the inspiration you love all day long by following Experience Pros on Facebook.
Random online searching is one way to find a good company, but an even better way is to choose the companies that are listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory. This elite list of companies have one thing in common. They offer extreme customer service. Their customers are bragging about them, and that's what sets them apart. Trust the companies listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory to take care of you. Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com/directory. experiencepros.com/directory.
Dana Lash, 8 p.m. weeknights on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Hey, did you watch the iHeart Music Awards last night?
I did not.
JT, you know that guy.
Yes.
Justin Timberlake gave like a 7-minute acceptance speech for his Innovation Award.
They don't have music and get you off the...
This is a different thing, you know.
okay.
It's Clear Channel's. We created an award show, and so Justin got to do whatever he wanted to do. But one of the things that he did was he quoted Steve Jobs, and you know, even posthumously, Steve Jobs is rocking the world and inspiring people with his innovation.
Well, we've all been impacted, whether we're an eye lover or not. We've all been impacted by the changes and the impact that he has left behind. And do you do whatever it takes to get the job done? Do you go the extra mile? You know, you hear people saying, you know, I'm doing everything I can. I'm working as hard as I can.
Really?
Are you really? Because we find most people really aren't. You know, we say that, but really we're trying to do the least. We want to get the most out of the least we can do.
You know, that's the phrase. It's the least I could do. I hate that phrase. Oh, really? You cared about me to do the very least? Thanks.
Yeah, I bet you could do a little less.
Right.
All right. So here are a few Steve Jobs quotes that could actually help your leadership skills.
We fail at doing even the least?
We kind of do. We kind of do, right? All right. Number one, I'm convinced about half of what separates successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance.
Everyone says they go to the extra mile, but actually no one really does. Most people who go there think, wait, no one else is here. Why am I doing this? And they turn around and they never come back.
They never return.
Right?
All right, well, here are some things. Be early, stay late. Make that extra phone call. Send one more email. Do the extra research. Help a customer unload or unpack a shipment.
Don't wait to be asked to do something. Offer to do something. Don't just tell your employees what to do. Show them what to do and do the work with them.
Every time you do something, think of one extra thing you can do, especially if other people aren't doing that extra thing.
You know, is it difficult? Sure it is. But that's what makes you different. That's what separates you.
All right, number two, my favorite things in life don't cost any money, says Steve Jobs. It's really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time.
Amen. Deadlines and time frames establish parameters, but usually not in a good way. Most people given 2 weeks to complete a task will instinctively adjust their efforts so that it actually takes 2 weeks, even if it shouldn't. I fall prey to this.
I heard a story recently about our goals and our deadlines are actually putting limiting factors on ourselves. And like you said, if you give yourself 2 weeks, you're allowing yourself 2 weeks to take something that might only take you 2 hours.
Steve Jobs says tasks should only take as long as they need to take. Do everything as quickly and effectively as you can, and then use your free time to get other things done just as quickly and effectively. Brilliant.
I know. This isn't rocket science, but yet
sense.
it's not a way we usually think. I've got all day to get this done.
Right.
So I take all day to get this done. Just get it out of the way now.
Water fills whatever it's holding.
All right.
Whatever's holding it.
Steve Jobs' number 3 quote says, my model for business is the Beatles.
Oh.
There were 4 guys who kept each other's kind of negative tendencies in check. They balanced each other out and their total was greater than the sum of the parts. That's how I see business. Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people.
Again, I find myself in agreement with this this concept. I know for years you and I, we couldn't possibly be more polar opposite than we are.
Well, and he says
Keep each
this.
other in check.
Some of the people around you drive you nuts. You know, the things that are the opposite that endeared you to them in the first place are the same things that are going to drive you crazy later on. But here's the thing: if the people around you make you unhappy, it's not their fault. It's yours.
You chose them. Stop your whining. Right?
So think about the type of people you want to work with, the type of customers you would enjoy serving, types of friends you would enjoy hanging out with.
And frankly, if you're the best you can be, surround yourself with people who are even better, and you've got a winning recipe.
All right, fourth quote from Steve Jobs. Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It's best to admit them quickly and get on with proving your other innovations.
I agree with this statement, and I find it incredibly ironic that Steve Jobs is the one who said that.
Well, he made a lot of mistakes, and he admitted it.
No.
He did.
He made a lot of mistakes. He was very slow to admit them.
You think so?
Oh, I know so. There's a
I know
matter
so.
of historical
He and
record.
I were like this.
No, it's a matter of historical record. He came out with a phone whose antenna was built into the to the case itself, and it sucked. That iPhone 4, the first rendition of iPhone 4, sucked, and it took them almost a year to come to terms with the fact that, and everybody on day one was shouting about it.
All right. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to failure and making mistakes and actually admitting it, a lot of times, think about in our childhood how we phrase our words. Think of it like a kid who says, "My toy got broken," instead of "I broke my toy."
Right.
Later on, they're going to be the ones that say the economy tanked, or the market wasn't ready, or their suppliers couldn't keep up. Somebody else or something else was the reason for it.
Embrace your own failure, own it, learn from it, and take full responsibility for making sure that next time things are going to turn out differently.
And here's the thing with the whole mistake thing, just because we don't always practice everything that, this makes sense, and we know the right thing to do and the right way to behave. Sometimes just our behavior and just naturalness comes to play. That doesn't mean we can't learn from it.
Oh, and I believe that he did learn from.
All right. Number 5, Steve Jobs says, your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know it when you find it.
I agree with this as well. I knew, you and I have been talking and working together for the better part of almost 15 years now. And I knew early on that there was a chemistry there that people would eventually pay to observe. And so we made, we started speaking and training together and now radio together. You don't know what you're passionate about? No problem. Pick something that's interesting, pick something that may be financially viable, something that people will pay you to do or provide.
And our satisfaction in many cases comes in small victories, little baby steps along the way. And those are the things that give us the motivation to work harder. And those small victories help you develop your skills, because one day you're going to wake up feeling incredibly fulfilled because you're doing great work and work you've grown to love.
I love that.
All right. Number 6 quote from Steve Jobs: innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower.
Again, agree with this. Innovation, Jeffrey Fox called it the ability to keep up with what's going on, maybe roll out a new product or a new service. I call it adaptation. Innovation is the adaptation is the essential component to innovation. We as a society, as a culture, as human beings, are adaptive by nature.
Kind of, except for we can be, but our head gets in the way and we don't change anything.
We're
like
say,
so
I've never done it that way before
routine,
or whatnot. But
familiar.
Ultimately, you look at history, and I'm talking at a macro level now. You look at history, and 70 years ago we weren't flying, right? And now we're going to space, and we're doing all the innovation happens faster. today than it ever did in history, and it will continue to go that way.
So don't let fear of the unknown, fear of failure, not having all the data and research figured out. Sometimes you just have to jump in and leap in, because an idea without action isn't an idea. It's later what you're going to regret.
Yeah, absolutely. And frankly, you're not going to get it right all the time. But if you do nothing and allow your ideas to become regrets, you will always get it wrong. Think of that.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Well, that was good.
It was very good. Thank you for bringing that. Thank you, Steve Jobs, posthumously, for talking to us, and Jeff Hayden for bringing these quotes to all of our attention so that we could talk about them today on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Listen, when we come back, more positive business talk. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff it up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Tune in every Monday at 11:35 for What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Congratulations to all the participants in the Fan Bragging Contest. Over 2,000 positive reviews came in. We were anticipating great excitement and increased visibility for each business, but we didn't anticipate the emotion that came with it. There's no way to quantify the encouragement that your fan brags gave. Being an entrepreneur takes everything you've got, and to get the feedback from your own customers has proven to be priceless. Everyone here on the Experience Pros team salutes you today. Be proud, be visible. Check out the members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com, and thank you for supporting the companies that support us.
You need more customers, and you need to keep the ones you already have. List That Save My Business is your answer to gaining and retaining clients without cold calling or chasing cold leads. Do business with people who like you and who already trust you. List That Save My Business is the book with easy-to-use checklists to bring more of the right customers into your sales process. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business from Amazon.com. These lists will save your business. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business today and grow your business the Experience Pros way.
The U.S. Postal Service wants to remind everyone this year to protect themselves from becoming victims of identity theft. Never give out passwords, PIN numbers, or account numbers. To learn more, visit www.consumer.gov/ncpw.
Ken Clark, Freedom 560, this afternoon at 1 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We appreciate you for tuning in. Failure. It's one of those things that you wish you could do without, right?
Absolutely. When we start our own business, we think if we build it, they will come, and we kind of mistake the idea of momentum for genuine prosperity. And so we've got a blog written by John Hope Bryant, chairman and CEO of Bryant Group Ventures. He reached success at an early age and then kind of lost it, lost the momentum. And he says, these are some of the lessons that I learned as I actually grew into success and didn't just kind of fall into it at all. And number one, he says, I had no perspective at age 18 that was helpful. And I think there is an amount of wisdom that comes with as we grow up.
Yeah, 18-year-olds think they know everything. And because he had experienced a dose of success already in a large but temporary load of cash,
it was always going to be there.
Yeah.
And we've all been kind of at the top of and rising forward and on the house of cards and had it all kind of crumble beneath us. And it is a tough pill to swallow when you think you had it all, you knew it all, and it was always going to last. And so lesson number 2, he said, I had mistaken knowledge for wisdom. Knowledge comes from books and learning, but wisdom comes from experience, from failures, and listening to those who have had experiences and failures. But again, as a first time out of the gate, you know it all, right? And what did those old fuddy-duddies know?
Yeah.
It's a new world. It's a new way of doing business.
When I was a magician, one of the classes that I taught was on showmanship, and the point of the beginning, middle, and end was there's no substitute for experience. I can show you how to stand on the stage. I can show you how to strike a pose. I can show you how to move on stage. But in the end, if you don't do that for yourself and experience how long 3 seconds feels while the audience is allowed to clap for you, you'll never get it. It's not the same.
There's a lot of things that are not the same just by reading them, researching them, watching other people until you've had to walk through it yourself. His other lesson was I had mistaken busyness for business. And don't you find that you can stay really busy all day long, keep yourself scrambling, running, filing your business cards and setting up your newsletter templates and finding fun pictures to do your memes and infographics. But really, does any of that convert into generating a profit, growing systems, and establishing a winning culture for your business?
Here's the third lesson. We just talked about that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Fourth lesson. Not learned a thing from my past. How many people do you know like that?
Well, here's the thing is, we just kind of make the same mistakes over and over again. Yes, we did it that way. And yes, we're going to do it again. And, just because you switch. And this is one of those things you find when people kind of business hop. That business didn't work, so close that down, start a new one. That business didn't work. Yeah, that thing didn't work. Or even association hopping. I joined this chamber, that one didn't work. I'm joining another chamber, that one didn't work. What's the common denominator here? And so you've got these successful enterprises, companies, establishments, and established, help and resources, and you can't make it work. Is it really what they did, or do you need to learn from your own past? Lesson number 5, coming down with a case of seriousness. He says, I took myself way too seriously. In fact, I thought I was somebody, but none of it was rooted in real confidence, real success, or real self-esteem, and therefore he put other people down. Humility
is a character trait that I believe will carry you so much further than self-esteem, arrogance, I guess is the word that I'm looking for.
The thing is, you need other people around you.
You
You are not a lone person in your success. You need either a team, whether they are your actual employees or outsourced resources. You need customers. You need associations. You need vendor partners. You need referral partners. You need people, and you're not too big for any of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Lesson number 6, karma is real. Yeah, I thought you was going to say something else, but both are apply. Whatever goes around does come around.
What's that thing? Karma is not nice if you aren't.
Yeah, something like that.
It really does. and it's, it's not tit for tat. It's not, I'm going to do this for you and I'm going to get equal in return, or you did this to me and you're going to get yours in return. But here's the thing. It kind of builds up who you are, who you surround yourself, the kind of person you are, the kind of character you have. It does come back, and that can be good or bad.
He says the universe has a perfect accounting system. Whatever goes around does, in fact, come around. All right.
That's kind of scary sometimes.
You're right.
Go out and do something nice and make right for all your wrongs right now.
Good idea.
Be nice. Lesson number 7, he says, I could never, ever, ever give up. No one was going to save me. I didn't have a trust fund to fall back on. You didn't have a cushion, right? You have to make this work. And too often we think, well, if this doesn't work, I'll just try something else. If you are working your business part-time while you have a day job, your part-time business, very rarely do we ever see it really get off the ground because you have that cushion and it doesn't have to.
Keep in mind, all these are lessons through his failures. And in this particular, John Hope Bryant is an African-American. And he says, listen, I was going to have to be the one to put the pieces back together in and for my life. No one else had done this to me. Racism hadn't done it to me. The white man hadn't done it to me. The universe was not to blame. God was trying to help me. And I said, no, thanks. My parents had no hand in my drama. It was all me. I think that's admirable.
Finding that space where you realize that if you've always gone through your life that it was somebody else. My teacher didn't like me. This has happened to me. My boss, liked them better. It would have been different had I had a different upbringing, if I had grown up, had I gone to school someplace different. As soon as you put all of those what ifs, and it could have been better and it could have been different, and you get to the place where I can make it different. I made it what it is today, and I can set my own path going forward, learning from my history, learning from my mistakes, but not keeping my eye in the rearview mirror. That's why that windshield in front of you is so much bigger than the rearview mirror.
Indeed. Lesson number 8 was the most important, to renew his spirit. He says, I learned to overcome my fears and face my shortcomings. He says, today, to quote a friend of his, I take no for vitamins. No's don't bother me at all today. You need to pass through 9 no's to get to 1 yes, but the 1 yes is the one thing I will really remember. I don't know if it's all about that number game, but I do know this. When somebody tells you no, listen. There's a reason.
Well, and it's not a failure. It doesn't mean that the whole thing has to come crashing down. You have to close your doors. We learn from that. We move on. Not everybody is an ideal person for you to work with. Not every customer, just because they can buy your service. You want those ideal customers, the people that you don't have to convince. They show up on time. They pay on time. They tell others about you. Not everybody has the right to pass through your door. And it's okay to have some filters, of the kind of people that you want to surround yourself with. And so sometimes people are going to say no. I don't want to work with you. And it's okay.
That is okay.
I need to learn that lesson too. Do as I say, not always as I feel.
And finally, the last lesson is, you need to redefine what success is in your life. And he did as well. If you believe the success is only a certain dollar amount achievement, hollow indeed is your accomplishment of that.
He said, I learned the invaluable lesson of being authentic, the gift of building and developing true relationships. And he says, my biggest failures help me to be reasonably comfortable in my own skin. How's that for value? He says, I'm cool with me, which makes others cool with me too. And this is a gift that just keeps on giving in your life. You can pick up a copy of John's book, How the Poor Can Save Capitalism. He's with Bryant, the CEO of Bryant Group Ventures.
All right.
Fabulous.
Great article. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. Now, folks, when we come back, a more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You've got a great business, lots of customers, and a catchy tagline. Things are going great, right? Has it ever occurred to you that if you are doing so well in your business, someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own? It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer, Steve is a business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success. Call Steve today and CYA. That's Cover Your Assets. 303-322-7919. 303-322-7919.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
BizCard Express in Arvada is your marketing resource, standing ready to help you grow your business. Call them today at 303-260-7000. They'll help you identify cost-effective approaches to promote your brand. They can show you how to create a marketing campaign that's focused specifically on your target market. Use printing to complement your website and social media campaigns. They can help. Call them today, 303-260-7000. That's 303-260-7000. Or find them online at printandpromos4biz.com. That's printandpromos, the number 4biz.com.
Did you get some great customer service today? Did someone make you feel a little happier for doing business with them?
Give them a fan brag. This is Eric, and you can call into Fan Braggin Friday and share your story with me and Angel on the air, or you can write a fan brag at experiencepros.com.
Once you start looking for great customer service, you'll find it's in more places than you thought. Share your great finds with us by calling 855-FAN-BRAG during our Friday show. Kindness is so simple, and we want to hear from you.
There's only one place on the dial for you to share your stories of great customer service, and that's Fan Braggin Friday on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Every Friday, the phone lines are open for you to call and tell the world who's getting it right in business. Call 855-FAN-BRAG and change the way people treat people in business. You can post your stories every day on the Experience Pros Facebook page and call in on Fridays for Fan Braggin Friday at 855-326-2724. 855-FAN-BRAG. Tell Eric and Angel, and then tell the world about Fan Braggin Friday.
John Rush during the afternoon rush. Today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks very much for tuning in today. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Thank you very much for tuning in today.
Yeah, you don't have to do it the other 2 times. Just let's move on.
All right. We're going to talk a little bit about how to lead a happy, worry-free life. You've heard the phrase.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. That one?
I was thinking happy wife, happy life. But I'll take the song any day. And very nice.
Working on my impressions.
You really?
Oh, so many people love that. I mean, my email inbox has been slammed with people saying, please, more Jeff Foxworthy.
They have not.
They have.
I don't believe you.
You don't have
I'm
to
going to
believe
need
me.
proof.
Here, let me sing
No.
verse.
I don't even need proof. No, I don't even need proof.
In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry.
Did you ever read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's Dale Carnegie. It was actually first published. Do you know what year?
Do not know what year, but it had to be like in the 20s sometime.
1936.
Is that right? Wow,
a long time ago. But here's the thing. It is still relevant today. It's still a book that I pick up and read through.
I understand.
It's one I've given to my kids.
Carnegie's Mellon was huge.
All right, so here are some tips and recommendations from Dale Carnegie, 8 ways to lead a happy, worry-free life. We probably won't get through all 8, but a couple of them. Number 1, it isn't what you have or who you are or where you are or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy.
What is it?
It's what you think about.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
How simple is that? Doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, who is around you. What are you thinking about? What are you putting in? What's your self-talk? Are you kind of just allowing yourself to be kind of moaning and groaning and in the mopey dopey face?
Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry. Be happy.
All right. Well, people believe that money, romance, material things, success in your business are what's going to bring you eternal joy. We're looking for happiness in all the wrong places. Doesn't that sound like a song?
The landlord say your rent is late.
Happiness
He may have to litigate. Don't worry.
comes from
Happy.
our outlook on life. It doesn't come from external conditions. Rather, what we say to ourselves the second we wake up, the moment we go to bed, and everything in between. So if you want to be happy, think happy.
Yes.
No more songs?
Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no girl to make you smile. Don't worry. Be happy.
All right. Dale says one reason why birds and horses are not unhappy is because they're not trying to impress the other birds and horses.
Because when you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry.
Give up.
Be happy.
Give up impressing others and make sure you're pleased with yourself. Be excellent for you, regardless of what others think. Number 3, Dale Carnegie says, when dealing with people, let us remember we're not dealing with creatures of logic. We're dealing with emotion, which creatures bristling with prejudices and motivated by pride and vanity. Ouch.
Right. And when creatures bristle,
I know.
they're not happy.
And you try reading that
Right.
out loud. All right. Arguments could be avoided. Company sales could go through the roof. And a lot more people could like us if we would only remember this fact. People look at things based upon their own background, their culture, their own experiences, and their position in life. They're not thinking about you.
Yeah, that's the whole root of that whole perception is reality. Baloney.
Well, you can say that it's baloney,
It is baloney.
but you have it too,
Truth is reality.
or not.
Truth. There's only
No.
one truth. There's absolute truth.
Sure,
Truth
but
is
it's
reality.
not always everybody's reality. It is their perception. Truth is truth.
You choose a lie.
You could be. You could absolutely be. Number 4, people rarely succeed unless they're having fun, unless they love what they're doing.
I completely agree with that.
You know, if you enjoy your work, you love what you do. In fact, Philip Aronoff with By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting was just in here a little bit ago. And Philip used to be a part of the Experience Pros team.
True.
Loved having Philip as part of the team. And he left us to go and grow his bookkeeping business. And I remembered thinking, it's bookkeeping, it's numbers. It's,
Yeah, what is there to like about that?
yes, but he loves it and
That's
is
what he
passionate
does.
about it. And so that's why he does what he does. And yes, it takes all kinds, and we're all needed, and we all have our own gifts, and we need to appreciate everybody.
You look at me when you said it takes all kinds.
Why do you think?
I'm not sure.
Well, what went through your head to make you ask me that?
Look at me. I'm happy. Don't worry.
Okay.
Be happy.
You live but one life, so make it fun. He says, our fatigue is often caused not by work, but by worry, frustration, and resentment.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right? You know what? You can work 10, 14 hours a day and feel energized when you get home at the end of the day. Tired because you put a good long day
Sure.
in. But if you're troubled, if you're stressed, if you're worried, if you're freaking out, you can't even put in a few hours. It's going to take its toll on you.
Yeah.
It's going to take its toll on your relationships, both at work and at home, and especially with your customers. So take action and address those things in your life that are worrying you, because even a tiny step in a positive direction can make a huge difference.
You know, a lot of people had lots of advice for me. It was last year, it was 12 years before I took a vacation. And every single, to a person, they all said the same thing. You know, that's not healthy. You got to take a break, blah, blah, blah. And in the end, while it's true, it's good to take a break. I was living on the other side of that equation. I am so fulfilled by what I do that every day is kind of like a little mini vacation.
Well, you've seen the meme. Rather than needing a vacation, why not create a life that that
It
you
is a
enjoy
vacation, right?
and you love it
Yeah.
and you don't need to take a break from.
That's right.
We do need to rejuvenate and refresh our bodies, for health and wellness.
Oh, yeah.
Step away from the office, all work and no play.
A
But
year later, I'm ready to go to Cancun right now.
well, that's because the sun and the
coming.
sand is calling
Yep,
us.
thanks to Highlands Ranch Travel.
All right. Dale Carnegie says, take a chance. All life is a chance. The person who goes farthest is generally the one who is willing to do and to dare. Have you been thinking about changing something, changing careers, starting a business, launching a new product? Dale says, I dare you.
We should start a game. Do or dare.
Do or dare.
Dare.
Here's the thing. When we get into our older years of life, kind of as we start looking back at our life, the things that we regret aren't usually the things we did do.
No, the things we didn't.
So if there's something you've been putting off, always wanted to do, someday I'm going to, make that someday this year. Put it on the calendar. Let's get it done. You don't know what tomorrow holds. If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
Don't let the excuses. You have time. You have the money. You have the resources. You have everything it takes. And if you don't, then start putting those pieces together. We did a blog or a little thing last week on how you can put $20,000 in the bank this year. Would that take care of that dream? I think so.
Certainly could. Dale says this, even God doesn't propose to judge a man until his last days. Why should you or I?
Here's the thing. The judgment has got to stop.
Right.
Amongst people.
Even amongst yourself. Don't look in the mirror and say, I don't like what I see. Stop that.
Yeah. That is probably one of the biggest tragedies we are just seeing over and over again.
Yeah.
Is we are judging others, and it has to stop. It just
Be a
absolutely
part
has
of the
to stop.
solution, not the problem.
Dale says we become happier when we are not in judgment of others, and they do too.
Yes, ma'am.
How about that? Do I have room for any more?
Got one more.
All right. Number 8, be more concerned with your character than with your reputation. For your character is what you are, while your reputation is merely what others think of you. That's what you say, the perception.
Perception is not reality. Your character is.
Well,
I agree.
So be yourself, be your best self every single day. And it won't matter what other people think.
If you learn to love, respect, and enjoy other people, again, a quote from Dale Carnegie, you will live life to its fullest. And is that not what we are all about anyways? Living life to its fullest, making sure that that we interconnect. We are hardwired to have those relationships. So we interconnect with others, helping others along the way. And, you get more out of life. I think.
Every time you look at somebody or pass somebody at a grocery store, driving down the street, in the hallway, look at them. What could you enjoy about that human being?
Right.
You don't have to know them, but to appreciate them. But if you put in your mindset, what do I enjoy about them? Look at that. They're going the speed limit. They used their turn signal. They came to a complete stop. They held the door open for me. What can you enjoy in every single person you interact with? You'll find happiness, because your happiness is what you think about, not any of those other external factors. But Dale says it's all about what you're thinking.
So here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Pretty
Don't
good,
worry.
huh?
Be happy. Don't worry. Think happy. If you think happy, you'll be happy. And you know what? It all starts with you. One single tiny little step today.
There you go. That credits to Bobby McFerrin, of course. Don't worry, be happy. Folks, we do have to take a quick station ID here at the top of the hour and get a little news for you. But when we come back, we got a whole nother hour of positive business talk. You want to make sure that you tune up the volume and do business with the people who do business with the pros. That's who keeps this show on the air, supporting you and your small business. Back after this.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Dana Lash, 8 p.m. weeknights on KLZ 560.
Shaquille O'Neal for Icy Hot.
If you've got pain,
You need the patch.
The Icy Hot Patch. Powerful, targeted, fast-acting pain relief that stays put without the mess. Icy to dull the pain, hot to relax it away. In a variety of sizes, from back, shoulders, knees, even arthritis. So you're covered whenever and wherever you're hurt. Stop pain right at the source with Icy Hot Patches.
Pain's no match for the Icy Hot Patch.
For temporary topical pain relief, use only as directed.
Are you living with pain? So was Lisa, a brave Marine wounded in Iraq.
After surviving an explosion, I was on horrible painkillers. I tried 1 hour pain relief, and now I'm pain-free all day without dangerous side effects. And it works in less than 1 hour.
Try it free for 1 week and pay only the shipping with no automatic shipments. Call 800-300-1062 right now or visit onehourpainrelief.com. That's 800-300-1062. 800-300-1062.
KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver, and online streaming at KLZ560radio.com. This is KLZ 560. Freedom, liberty, truth.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Chris Barnes. The FBI is saying a shooting this morning at a national security agency gate at Fort Meade in Maryland is not believed to be related to terrorism. Reports still unconfirmed by the FBI and the NSA are the two men in an SUV were disguised as women. They become involved in an argument with a guard at the gate to the complex, then try to ram through the gate with that vehicle. Reports are one person is shot and killed, 2 people wounded. Local news reports citing sources as saying the one person dead is one of the men who was in that SUV. State Republican legislative leaders in Indiana now saying they're working on adding language to a new state law to make it clear it does not allow discrimination against gays and lesbians.
We don't believe that anyone should be discriminated against. We wouldn't have supported this law if we thought that was the effect of it.
That's Indiana House Speaker Brian Bosma. After that law sparked some widespread outcries. It does prohibit state laws that would substantially burden a person's ability to follow his or her religious beliefs. Bosma saying at a news conference, the law is meant to promote a message of inclusion, but has instead led to one of exclusion.
To the extent that we need to clarify that by adding something to the law to make that clear, that's not the intent of the law. We're more than willing to do it. We plan to do that.
The llama drama continues as we hear from the Blaze Radio's Robin Walensky.
In Arizona, the owners of the animals say the government now getting involved in their business.
They told us we had to have a license.
Karen Friend telling Fox and Friends she's been contacted by the U.S. Department of Agriculture not long after her llamas break loose and run around Sun City.
I can't just license the 2 llamas. I have to license everything on the property.
Friend and co-owner Bub Boulis, both retired Phoenix police officers, had been planning to use the llamas for therapy and educational purposes, but they say they can't even get a response now from the USDA about the matter.
This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 Denver.
Grassroots Radio Colorado with Chris Cook. Tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experienced Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business, and founders of Experienced Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business.
Well, it turns out I was onto something.
You onto something? What are you talking about?
I was onto something when I started off the first hour talking about the new app called, actually it's not necessarily new, I just discovered it, called Flush. 100,000 public restrooms across the country because apparently there's an epidemic going on of people who got to go and don't know where to go.
Yeah. So we're talking about in the news today from Hampton, Illinois.
They have to put up signs, telling people to not to poo on the path.
Right, it's a bike path, and people are defecating.
How do they know know it's people and
More
not like dogs?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, let's see.
Because it's animals.
Right. Well, and the animals can't read the signs.
Right.
So
but they've
when it
decided
says
that
stop
this is
pooping on the bike path,
they think this is people.
right.
See, they need an app for the nearest body.
Here's why. The poopatrator tends to leave pieces of toilet paper on top of the piles.
Ew.
And last time I checked, Smokey the bear doesn't carry his own roll.
Doggies don't have a
Nope.
thing with toilet paper. Oh my goodness.
When did this become such an issue that you have to go and take a roll of TP out on your bike journey?
Actually, I know people that do. They keep a roll of toilet paper in the glove box of their car, or if you're going on a hike or you're going on a bike ride, because there's no real good replacement for that, right? None.
Yeah.
The best thing for toilet paper is, toilet paper.
Right.
You can't replace it with anything.
Well, the McKay, who's with the city, says, this is gross, and other people shouldn't have to use our path like that. So he put up signs that says, please don't poo on the path. And Hampton, Illinois is not the only Midwestern city struggling with this poop problem. Police in Dayton, Ohio recently released a picture of a man believed to be responsible for dropping deuces on at least 19 parked cars.
Oh, I'm going to change subject.
Why?
I'm going to change subject because I'm tired of talking
things
about
were just getting heated up. Did I put a stain on this show?
Gross behaviors of human beings. Like, okay, stop it.
All right.
Stop it.
Did you see the brown cloud over Denver today?
You know what? I had a story from my friend Peter Shankman that was talking about customer service. But he was talking about a deli. So I don't know. I just don't know that I can actually.
Oh, go ahead. Let's talk about good food to eat.
Well, it isn't. It really wasn't about the food. So So I'm going to just move on. We're going to move away from the story. But the app is called Flush, and there are just some people might need to download that pretty darn quickly. Would you be willing to lose a customer over 7 cents? 7.
No, that's ridiculous.
Less
Why
than
would
a dime.
anybody do that?
Less than a dime. Well, I'm going to share this story both on our Twitter. I'll probably put it on our Facebook wall. But talking about he went to the deli. He was 7 cents shy. The bill was $10.07. He had $10. He did not have 7 cents. He's been there. He's a regular. And the gal behind the counter said, it's $10.07. Can I owe you 7 cents tomorrow? I'm sorry, I don't have it. It's $10.07. And he was willing.
Are you kidding?
She was willing to lose a customer over the 7 cents. Luckily, a person behind him was willing to give him the 7 cents so he could have his lunch. But here's the thing: that woman she was okay with the 7 cents, and had she remembered, he would have paid it back tomorrow. From then on, he would be what he calls the zombie loyalist, a fan of the deli because they helped him out when he had a problem. But instead, they turned him away, and it's going to cost him more than 7 cents because he figured he spends over $1,000 a year in that deli.
Ridiculous, and yet
Not
I
anymore.
see it all the time. Well, let's tie this up with a bookend. In Burlington, Iowa, a woman is facing harassment charge for having a box of cow manure mailed to her neighbors after they repeatedly complained about the dog's barking. This is not a good idea, folks. In fact, I poo-poo the whole idea. You should not be
Can we just stop being gross?
Right?
Can we just stop being gross?
Stop that.
How's that for a policy to live by?
Altogether. Yeah. There you go. I don't know what to say about that.
Well, you said enough.
I think we're done.
I think we did.
Hey, another hour of positive business talk coming up right after these messages. Please remember to do business with the people who do business with the pros. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
When your IT person says your VPN's PPTP failed because the IP conflict caused a protocol failure, all you seem to hear is blah, blah, money, blah, blah, last time. We're C-Squared Computer Consulting. We speak geek fluently, but we translate when talking to you. When you understand the issues, you can better prioritize your money and time. Our managed services provide a stable spending model with system monitoring and trust. Call C-Squared Computer Consulting today at 303-933-1113 or go to c2cc.net.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Congratulations to all the participants in the Fan Bragging Contest. Over 2,000 positive reviews came in. We were anticipating great excitement and increased visibility for each business, but we didn't anticipate the emotion that came with it. There's no way to quantify the encouragement that your fan brags gave. Being an entrepreneur takes everything you've got, and to get the feedback from your own customers has proven to be priceless. Everyone here on the Experience Pros team salutes you today. Be proud, be visible. Check out the members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com, and thank you for supporting the companies that support us.
5 years ago, Eric and Angel wrote the book Lists That Saved My Business. This was long before they ever started using Twitter and before they were really using Facebook. And this book is still saving the Experience Pros business today. Since then, they've learned a few new tricks and they've added them to the second edition of Lists That Saved My Business. The new book is coming in May 2015, but you can still get your collector's edition of the first copy on Amazon.com. Stay tuned for the book release of the revised version, Lists That Saved My Business. Get your copy today.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Start your week off by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude and be sure to always end your week with Fan Braggin' Friday. The Experience Pros Radio Show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune into the Experience Pros Radio Show. Weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
Haystack Help Radio can now be heard at noon weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for hours. You've heard the phrase, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, but what does that really mean? Is it just words, or can you really put your best face forward?
Well, our next guest says in order to make a good impression, you do need to put your best face forward. Marylin Hartig, a marketing partner with Ladera International. She has a long history in relationship marketing and coaching. She's been responsible for dozens of people who've developed their abilities into a successful career, helping us put our best face forward. Today, Marylin, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Marylin, it's very nice to have you along with us. Now, let me ask this. None of us are getting any younger, right? And I've noticed that as I age, the crow's lines on which means I guess I'm having a happy time, but the wrinkles, the brown spots, and all that kind of stuff happens. And sometimes I think that people are put off by aging. I mean, because people are doing all kinds of surgeries and all that kind of stuff. Is it possible to put the best face forward?
There are ways that we can. I think that I probably put the most emphasis on the healthy side of the best face forward so that they feel good about themselves as well as look good. And Ladara allows us to do that for you.
Very nice. Very nice. Now it's like we all want that fountain of youth, right? You know, we just want to stay younger. I feel much younger than probably I look some days. What do you say putting your best face forward has to do with helping you be successful in business?
Well, Ladara has a particularly special way of getting the antioxidants from the famous goji berry down to the cellular level. So when you do it from the cellular level, you change the skin from the inside out. And when the skin changes and you look in the mirror and you see a better perhaps more youthful looking, more vibrant look, you feel better and you feel more confident when you're out around people.
So let me come back around and re-ask the question that Angel asked, and that is, how does a youthful appearance influence your business? I mean, the business transactions that you're trying to accomplish.
That's the confidence side.
Okay.
That's the part when you feel good about yourself, you're more confident. And I think we all recognize that, especially, there are days you put a smile on that you know you need to have one on.
Sure.
But when your presence projects radiance and confidence, people are more confident in what you're saying.
Absolutely.
They react more confidently.
Absolutely.
They feel more comfortable in your presence, and then they're going to hear you or see you better.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Yes. And I think that how you see yourself is you've got to love yourself before anybody else will love you. Am I right?
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so let's see. You're talking about Ladera. How does that radiant appearance? What does that mean to be radiant?
I puzzle over that a little bit because one of the interesting things about using this product is that the changes that came that you talked about before, Eric, came slowly, and one day you looked in the mirror and said, "Oh my!"
Mm-hmm,
right.
Mm-hmm. And who's that man, that woman, and that person in the mirror?
Yes.
You look back, those Throwback Thursday pictures, and you're like, "We used to be so young."
Right.
Or
what
your
happened?
mother or your father's pictures remind you of that. On the other hand, the change towards radiance is also gradual. So I have found that people will walk up to me and they will say, "What are you doing different?" Because they're not quite sure how to determine what is different. Is the hair? No. Is it and the reality is, if you take, and we do a lot of this for our clients, and this is true for the business people in their world, take pictures of identical settings a few weeks apart and set them side by side, and all of a sudden you realize those crow's feet that you were talking about have softened, or the lines on the face have softened, and suddenly you just feel more confident because you recognize that people see a difference.
All right, so Marylin, you have some suggestions for helping us relate to others and build confidence in ourselves. What are some things you recommend today?
Well, one of the things that I hope has become a perpetual habit, and that is always smiling when I talk.
Amen.
I try to smile the rest of the time also. Sometimes I think in my car I get into thinking mode.
I tell people, if you're happy, notify your face.
Right?
Yes. And I have a lot of years in sales, and so I have done and taught my sales, like people that I coach, keep a mirror in front of you when you're working, because your voice sounds different when you smile.
Yes, it does. Charlie always makes sure that we smile big before we go on the air.
It makes a big difference. And interestingly enough, you feel better when you smile.
Yeah, you're again, you are a marketing partner with Ladera International. Your products take care of the skin, but there's no substitute for the eyes and the smile.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
Show better if the wrinkles don't overwhelm them.
Indeed. Marylin, where do people contact you if they want more information about your product, your service, and your wisdom as far as running a business? Probably
the easiest way is to go to my website, which is lovingladara.com.
Okay.
And although the product is L'_DARA, the website does not use the apostrophe, so they'll find it very easily, and there's good information there, and there's a way to contact me on the website.
Is there a phone number people can call?
They can.
Please.
I'm at 970-443-7224. I reside in Fort Collins, but that number is...
We can still be friends.
Yeah, the phone number...
I was going to say, can I still be friends with you?
Absolutely.
You come up to our territory from time to time.
We come up every month.
We love it.
Gotcha.
The phone number again for Marylin Hartig is 970-443-7224. The website for Ladara is lovingladara.com, L-D-A-R-A, lovingladara.com. And of course, Marylin, thank you so much for being our guest today. A final word of wisdom for building our confidence today?
Keep smiling and keep looking in the mirror, looking for it to get youth back.
Get the youth back.
But health with it, because we do more than just looks.
Yeah.
From the inside out. It's
Absolutely.
not just what you look like, but repairing it from the inside.
Absolutely. That includes scars and acne and some surprising things. So go to the website. You'll be amazed.
I love it.
Lovingladara.com. Marylin, thank you so much for being our guest today.
My pleasure.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to teach Angel how to be short.
What?
On the keyboard. We'll be back after these messages.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Network with the best group of business professionals in town. Sign up for the Experience Pros Meetup group at meetup.com/Experience Pros. Over 20 events a month to choose from, including our most popular networking events on the third Tuesday of the month in Loveland and the third Wednesday of the month in the South Metro area. Sign up at meetup.com/Experience Pros.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
SharpNet Solutions has been optimizing websites for over 16 years, since before Google was even a company. Hi, this is Eric, and I want you to let that sink in for a moment. SharpNet Solutions has been helping hundreds of small businesses get found on the search engines since before Google became Google. They're one of the most affordable SEO firms in the country, and if you tell them Experience Pros sent you, you'll get up to 50% off of your SEO services. Still wonder if they can help you? Google Experience Pros. We use them. 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988 or sharpnetsolutions.com.
Random online searching is one way to find a good company, but an even better way is to choose the companies that are listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory. This elite list of companies have one thing in common. They offer extreme customer service. Their customers are bragging about them, and that's what sets them apart. Trust the companies listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory to take care of you. Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com/directory. experiencepros.com/directory.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Love the music, kind of throwback music. And frankly, we're going to go all the way back in the Wayback Machine, if you will, to the days when computers were massive and the operating system, the only operating system there seemed to be out there, was MS-DOS. Do you remember that?
I don't know what that means.
No, of course not. Well, I'll tell you what. Back in the day, there was an operating system on your PC that allowed for you to use keyboard shortcuts. And for instance, the control button plus the C button would copy whatever it is that you had highlighted.
I remember making the switch from PC to Mac, and the biggest struggle that I had was I was a right click on the mouse girl.
Yep.
That right click had all the shortcuts. Here's your copy, here's your paste, here's your cut, and it was all right click.
Right.
When I started using the Mac computer, there was no right click. There was one mouse One button. And Eric, being, an award-winning graphic design builder from
I
way
don't
back
think I like your tone, Missy.
in the early days of whatever that was, in the early days of computers. Before Windows, before shortcuts, before all the little pictures on top, save and print and all that, made it so easy for anybody to use a computer. Eric knew all these shortcuts.
Yes.
So I was always trying to figure out where's my right click and how do I do that? He's doing all these little commands.
And I still do it on my Mac, which is just like your Mac to this day.
And I've learned them, and it is helpful once you learn them. I never had to know them when I was right-clicking on my PC. But if you do want to learn some shortcuts, here's some easy ones for you to use to remember and to memorize, and we can all get there. Eric mentioned the Control-C, the Command-C will highlight anything you highlight. That will copy. This is all the stuff I want to copy, and then if you want to paste it someplace else, it's the V, the
Control V, or in the case with Apple products, it's the Command button, or the Apple button as we used to know it, Command V.
Yeah, and if you need to cut something, okay, I don't want that, cut that out, then it's the Control X.
Correct.
All right, so Control Z.
Yep.
Undoes what you just did.
That's a happy button.
I know. You're like, no, I didn't mean to do that. I need to back up. I need a back it up button.
But wait a minute, if you back it up and you thought, well, maybe I didn't like the backup, so I'd rather go back to the previous before you backed up, you can hit Control Y.
And that will get your redo button.
Yep.
These are kind of like your mulligans. And they're super quick. Rather than going and highlighting and moving your hand off the keyboard and going up to the menu and the file and the edit and the scroll down to find, you can just do really quick little click. And
did you know that you can find any word on any web page whatsoever simply by using the Control F or the Command F button?
I know. It's a find. F.
It's fine.
So see, here's, you think about the C is the copy. That's kind of easy. And the Z, I don't know why that's the undo and the redo, the Z and the Y, but they're the end of the alphabet. So you kind of go back because you can't go any further. So that's my way of thinking. That's how I want to go back. And then, of course, the F for finding anything. So they kind of make it easy-ish for you.
Tab, your alternate button, or tab, or in the case of Apple's, the Command tab, will bring up a menu, if you will, and move you to the next open program.
Yeah, it moves you back. So if you've got multiple things going, multiple documents, and you're moving back and forth, then you've got that Control Tab, and it'll tab back and forth between your documents, which is pretty fun.
If you add the Shift key, you simply go backwards in that same scroll.
All right, so then the Control S saves your file.
Correct.
So as you're moving along, you've made a bunch of changes. Have you ever gone through, made all these changes, and then for some reason the system bogs down, locks up, and you're freaked out, I didn't save it? So just periodically, as you're updating a document and working on it, you hit that Control S to save it.
And there you go. Your Control P will also print whatever your document is. So if you've got a document there, rather than going up to the file menu and then dropping down to the print and then saying, okay, print that, Control P, boom, sends it off to the printer right like that.
Boom. And then Control O allows you to select open files within your program, things that are already you're already working on. So
I use so many of these all the time. I really do.
I do the copy.
Yeah.
I do the undo.
Do you?
I don't know what else I use.
I use the Control C, the copy and paste all the time. I use the tab, the Command or the Control tab to shift through my open windows all the time. And so, I do a lot of that.
All right. Well, those were my little keyboard shortcuts that everybody should know. I'm sure there are lots of them. There's lots of little numbers. It is amazing, truly amazing, what our devices do and can do these days. I use Skype for the first time this morning on my.
Really?
Yeah, I do a daily or a weekly segment with our friend Angie Austin,
right,
over on Daybreak USA, and we've been doing it on my landline. And it was funny. We were talking about improving the quality of the conversation.
Sure.
Using the Skype, way better.
Really?
Way better. I could hear her better. She could hear. It was. I've been using a landline. Hello, that's supposed to be the
best.
The best.
It's hardwired.
No, The
No.
Skype sounded way better.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Technology
I have
these
news
days.
for you.
What's that?
You've been using a Mac now for many years, yes?
Yeah.
Did you know that they actually have 3-button mice? You can get back to your right click.
Well, they didn't when I did it, and now I've unlearned all that. So now if you take me backwards, you set me up. You're like,
I
Angel,
don't need 'em.
here's
I
the
don't
computer.
need 'em,
And I'm like,
but they
where's the
had 'em.
right click? You didn't say that. You didn't help me.
I did.
You were useless.
What?
Useless. You're like, Angel, just learn the
All right, lady,
technology.
you and I are duking it out here in the commercial break. Hold on for just a minute. And you know what?
He's like, right click, schmight click.
Ooh.
Who right clicks? You don't need to right click. You got all these
Go back.
commands.
Don't worry. Be happy. All right, folks. Hey, listen, when we come back, guess who's in town? James Smith, and he's bringing what's going on in the world of finance. We'll be back after these messages.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Did you get some great customer service today? Did someone make you feel a little happier for doing business with them?
Give them a fan brag. This is Eric, and you can call into Fan Braggin Friday and share your story with me and Angel on the air, or you can write a fan brag at experiencepros.com.
Once you start looking for great customer service, you'll find it's in more places than you thought. Share your great finds with us by calling 855-FAN-BRAG during our Friday show. Kindness is so simple, and we want to hear from you.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
BizCard Express in Centennial offers fantastic print and sign packages and tremendous value for your small business. Check out their $99 Jumpstart package with 500 business cards, 500 flyers, 100 forms, and 2 car magnets. You heard right, only $99. Call today, 303-771-2244. Need a little more oomph? Ask for their Grow Your Business package, ranging from $500 to $995, and you'll be amazed at how much you get when you partner with BizCard Express in Centennial. They'll meet or beat anyone's prices. 303-771-2244. That's 303-771-2244 or online at printandpromos4biz.com.
Are you an expert? At Experienced Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experienced Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
I'll never forget
that moment.
As long as I've lived.
As long as I've lived.
My first call ever as a member of the National Guard.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires. They were getting dangerously close to homes.
Helicopters were going out to drop water on the fires. Guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard, aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's time for What's Going On with Jim Smith. The following discussion will cover general financial topics. It is not meant to provide individual advice, nor is it meant to provide specific recommendations with regard to products or strategies. General tax information may be discussed, but it is not meant to be tax or legal advice. The listeners should consult their own financial, tax, and legal advisors regarding their particular situation. James Smith is a licensed financial professional who is appointed by multiple companies to sell insurance and financial products. However, the views expressed during this discussion are solely his own or the views of the hosts of the Experience Pros radio show. Not all products and or features, if discussed, including benefits and riders, may be available in all states. James Smith offers securities as a registered representative of Pruco Securities, LLC, Pruco member SIPC. And now it's time for What's Going On with Jim Smith on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. It is time for What's Going On, and Jim Smith is in the studio.
Well, good morning, guys. How are you?
Well, we are doing fantastic. I love starting my Monday out with you, Jim.
Well, I enjoy it too. I wake up on Monday morning and go, it's time to go down to the Experience Pros radio show.
Oh, well, we look forward to it every Monday. And Jim, what are we talking about today?
Well, what we're going to talk about, I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but we're 2 weeks away from filing your taxes. You're heading
Jim,
down
this
the
is a
final
happy
ramp.
show. This is a happy show.
I know. And so I'm here to help you today. And these are common mistakes that people make with IRAs.
Oh,
All right.
I'm so glad you brought this up.
We are going to talk about your common IRA mistakes. If any of these ring a bell for you and you want to connect with Jim or anybody on his team, give him a call at 720-356-6474, 720-356-6474, or online. You can send him an email at james.smith@prudential.com.
Jim, I think I've made every mistake that there is possible to make.
You have?
I think so, but let me check them against some of your knowledge, mister.
Okay,
You
let's
ready?
see.
All right. What is the difference? Because I think I don't understand the difference between a traditional IRA and that thing, that Roth thing.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to just tell you briefly. The basic difference is how the money goes in and how the money goes out. Meaning the money coming in on a traditional IRA is a deduction,
Yes.
and it comes out 100% taxable. The money on a Roth IRA goes in after taxes and comes out 100% non-taxable.
Sounds like my first marriage.
So you either pay the taxes before you put it in or when you take it out.
That's one basic difference.
I know. All right.
So which
is which?
Well, traditional IRA is a tax deduction.
Mm-hmm.
After 59 and a half, you basically you pay taxes on all of it. On the Roth IRA, I take money I've already paid taxes on, I make a deposit, I defer all the growth till I'm 59 and a half, and then I take it out tax-free. That's the first common mistake. People don't always know the difference.
What's the one that you can still make a contribution to this year before you do your taxes that counts in your last year's taxes?
Both. Yes.
Okay.
See, but now I think that's one of the next mistakes that people make is they don't realize how to maximize those contributions.
They don't know how to maximize them because they think, all right, I'm in 2015. I can't make any more contributions. Well, you can before your filing of your taxes. You can make a contribution for 14 and 15, and they don't understand, A, how much you could put in, and B, when can I put it in?
Right.
So that's the second mistake people make is not maximizing that contribution.
And there is a maximum amount you can put in.
There is. If you're young like you are, Angel,
right,
under 50, you get $5,500. And then if you're a little bit older,
stop looking at me, mister.
Over age 50,
Yeah.
you could put up another $1,000 or $6,500.
All right, Jim, here's another thing, and I'm not proud of this, but I tend to be a procrastinator.
Yes, most people are. And the third mistake that people make with their IRAs is they wait till the last minute to make the contribution for last year.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happened by doing that? You lost all of that potential growth and compounding of interest for the whole year by waiting. It's a mistake that you make. Here's my recommendation. If you know you're going to make some contribution, make something every month out of your income.
Because then
and
it builds.
Maybe catch up, but make that contribution all year to catch that contribution.
You probably know the math on this. If your contribution is $5,500 a year that you can make, what is that in a month ish?
It's if you're going to do 5,500 to 6,000, it's 500 a month.
Okay.
You know, 6,000 is 500 a month.
Oh, so there you go.
A little under that, you know,
Yeah.
that's the context. So what's most important is maximize those contributions, catch those upticks all year, catch that compounding effect
Yeah,
all
use
year.
it all year. I love how compound interest works in your favor.
It does.
And you've waited essentially almost 15 months. You know, if you didn't do it earlier in January last year, and then you take out really what you can put in. I mean, if I'm putting it all in this year, it does eliminate how much more I can put in this
It
year
does.
just for my own budget.
If I'm trying to catch up, I'm always a few months behind.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
so Jim, I have a friend.
You do? Okay, we'll just say your friend.
I have a friend
named Candy.
Okay.
All right.
Like, I like her.
Who saw an opportunity to invest in some property, but decided to use her Candy, her IRA, and took an early distriction.
This is a problem across the board. I have on Channel 9 News, I hate to plug somebody else, but they had a program and they said the average 401k out there across the board has less than $18,000 for retirement.
Are you
less
kidding
than
me?
$18,000. And one of the big reasons why some of these are so low is people have taken out early withdrawals out of their 401ks and their IRAs. Here's what happens when you do that. If I'm under 59 and a half, I'm going to pay 10% penalty to the IRS. I'm going to pay full taxes on all that money I took out. And so I take an early withdrawal, I might as well go down and borrow money at a loan shark for 40%.
I did all of that. I mean, Candy, my friend,
did
all of those things.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that is a mistake that people do. They make, I'm going to use this money for something else, and it's expensive money when you take it out early.
It's expensive money when you take it out early.
It
You
is.
think it's just this pot sitting over there, but it really is too expensive. The distributions, you keep saying, is it 59 and a half?
59 and a half is the earliest you could take it out, Roth or traditional or 401k, without any penalty.
But if you keep it in, it continues to do what it does.
Supposed to do that.
Are
Exactly.
any of these touching a nerve with our listeners? If they are, make sure you connect with Jim or anybody on Jim's team, 720-356-6474. Okay, do the rules keep changing?
Yes.
Well, back in the day, there was limitation rules, how much you could put in. For years, it was 2,000. That changed. And over time, they've increased those contribution limits. But the number one thing that changed in 2015 that most people didn't read the fine print is you can move IRAs from one firm to another firm called an IRA transfer only one time a year.
Oh.
Used to be you could do it as often as you wish, no matter what the fees were to do that. But they changed the rules in 2015, one time a year, to transfer an IRA from one firm to another. So it's very important to know what's going on in that regard so you don't make that mistake. Otherwise, you could be penalized.
You need the counsel of experts, and I obviously am not one of them, although I am an expert at doing all of these things wrong. How about calling Jim and his number 720-356-6474. A whole team of people waiting to help you. 720-356-6474. I wish there were a way that we could find out more information and
maybe even be fed.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. We're going to have a retirement workshop tomorrow, Tuesday, the 31st at noon and at 6 p.m. You do need to call a reserve. We're going to have it at Papados in Greenwood Village, just off of Bellevue and I-25.
Yeah.
Free meal.
Wait. Free?
Free meal. But you do have to make your reservation. We're going to feed you. We will not sell anything to you. It's a retirement workshop at noon to 1 and at 6 to 7 in the evening. 2 shots, 2 opportunities.
You need to slow down and talk in a husky voice, mister. Papados. DTC.
Free.
Tomorrow, the 31st.
Information. Free
food.
Retirement planning.
You
101.
Jeez.
Join them at noon for lunch or if 6 o'clock at dinner works better for you and your loved ones to join Prudential for this educational workshop. It's not a sales pitch. It's an educational workshop. You're going to learn how mile marker conversations can help you make your road to retirement a smoother one. And Jim, you do this. You give us great advice here in quick little increments at a time here on the Experience Pros Radio Show every Monday at 11:30. But imagine having an hour where you get to consider all the ways to maximize the benefits that we should be taking advantage of, right?
And eat the shrimp.
Yeah. And eat shrimp.
Right.
And gumbo, whatever it is you want to eat, right? So
It's a no-brainer.
it's very important to make sure that people have good information as they're making their plans for retirement.
All right, RSVP. You can probably RSVP with Jim's office, 720-356-6474, or you can RSVP directly to Pamela Howard, 720-356-6456. Again, that's tomorrow, Tuesday, March 31st. You get to choose lunch or dinner. All right, Jim, what are we going to talk about next week?
Next week, we are customizing our time together to talk specifically to small business owners. We're going to give financial tips to the small business owner. I've got specific things we're going to talk about to you, the listener, as regards to being a small business owner. How can we help you financially?
Mark your calendar, set an alarm every Monday at 11:30 a.m. for what's going on in the world of finances with Jim Smith with Prudential. Again, give him a call if you have any questions, 720-356-6474. Jim, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, guys. It's always good to be here on a Monday.
I'm hungry. We'll be back after these messages. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals. And if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out. And if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Women-owned businesses are on the rise, but where do you go when the bank says no? Ladies, you know it's tough to secure the capital necessary to launch or develop a new business. You need to know attorney Steve Replin of the Replin Law Group. Steve specializes in helping women secure hard money lending when no one else will step up. You have an ally in Steve Replin. He has the knowledge and resources to get you the money you need to grow your business. Call Steve today. It's Money in the Bank, your bank. 303-322-7919 or replinlawgroup.com.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Attention business owners. If you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Congratulations to all the participants in the Fan Bragging Contest. Over 2,000 positive reviews came in. We were anticipating great excitement and increased visibility for each business, but we didn't anticipate the emotion that came with it. There's no way to quantify the encouragement that your fan brags gave. Being an entrepreneur takes everything you've got, and to get the feedback from your own customers has proven to be priceless. Everyone here on the Experience Pros team salutes you today. Be proud, be visible. Check out the members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com. And thank you for supporting the companies that support us.
Tune in every Monday at 11:30 What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experience Pros radio show.
There's only one place on the dial for you to share your stories of great customer service, and that's Fan Braggin' Friday on the Experience Pros radio show. Every Friday, the phone lines are open for you to call and tell the world who's getting it right in business. Call 855-FAN-BRAG and change the way people treat people in business. You can post your stories every day on the Experience Pros Facebook page and call in on Fridays for Fan Braggin' Friday at 855-326-2724. 855-FAN-BRAG. Tell Eric and Angel, and then tell the world about Fan Braggin' Friday.
Ken Clark, today at 1 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. Backed by popular demand is our segment called Jeff Foxworthy Like Isms.
Popular demand.
Yes.
That's in question.
No, I don't think so. You know, not everyone's cut out to be an entrepreneur. Many people decide they start up a business and find out that it was much more than they bargained for. They probably had the wrong motivation, or perhaps their skill set wasn't appropriate. And sadly, these people waste their time and resources, not only of their own, but also of those who invest in them and work for them. So our friend Kevin Dom writes an article that says 7 signs you may not be an entrepreneur.
I feel something coming on.
Oh, well, you know, it's just.
But you said 7 signs.
Jeff Foxworthy, you know, he does his signs that you might be a redneck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is our interpretation of that. Number 1, you care so much about other people's feelings that you don't necessarily make great decisions. If that's you, you might not be an entrepreneur. You know, the more you read about Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, or Bill Gates, the more you understand that these men incite some extreme admiration, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who don't really dig them a whole lot because sometimes they have to make the hard decisions, and those hard decisions go against people's feelings.
All right. What about this one? You think you're going to get stinking filthy rich.
If you think you're going to get stinking rich, you might not be an entrepreneur. And the reason for that is most people have to invest a heck of a lot of more money than they anticipate. And 96% of companies generate less than $1 million in revenue ever.
This is where our friends over with the startup expert in Infinite Nation come in. They have the top 6 club, because if 94% of companies generate less than $1 million, don't you want to be in that top 6%?
Absolutely.
And this is why, you do have to invest. It is harder than you think. Create an incredible life that you've got to be willing to persevere.
If you think Shark Tank, you know, the television show, is truly about helping entrepreneurs,
That's what it is.
you might not be an entrepreneur.
Wait a minute.
Come on.
That's all about helping entrepreneurs.
Hello.
I can learn everything I need to know about starting
Everybody
my business.
make your air quotes with me. It's reality
Oh, yeah?
TV.
You mean it's not real?
Sorry.
I know. That's the toughest thing about those reality TV shows. I actually spoke to a producer one time who helped produce reality TV shows and said, okay, if the storyline is scripted and all of this is scripted, what about this? How can you call it a reality TV show? The people are real.
The people are real.
The people who we say they're not paid actors.
Listen, the Sharks don't need to the show to find investment opportunities. They get hit with plenty of inquiries. Anybody who's rich gets hit with plenty of inquiries for how to spend or invest their money. So most entrepreneurs with solid plans and revenue can more easily find wealthy and willing investors without the high risk of public scrutiny or embarrassment. Yes, even the embarrassing scenes are scripted.
Duh, you need a little controversy, a little impact.
Jimmy
a little
Fallon says
going,
controversy.
What's going on? What's going to happen?
Hey, if you don't like to be challenged, you might not be an entrepreneur.
You are going to be challenged every single day, but those challenges are opportunities to learn, to improve, to get her done, to find out what you're really made of. But it is not for the weak-kneed, I promise you.
No, it is not. If you expect to be one of those sharks like Mark Cuban or some other people like Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg, you just might be crazy. Look, there's always somebody to emulate. There's always somebody
And
to
we
shoot
should.
for.
I think, you kind of put, you create your perfect entrepreneur as a mix of different things people have done, and you read their bios and their history and how they came to be. But I think what you end up discovering, while there are similarities, they truly approach it from their own different point of view.
Absolutely. Let me kind of circle around on this. When I was brand new into the world of professional stage magic, I wanted to be the David Copperfield of my genre, of what I was going after. And I used that phrase probably for 2 or 3 years. I want to be the David Copperfield of Christian illusion. And in the end, I had to realize what a foolish, silly, dumb thing that was. I don't want to be the David Copperfield of anything. I want to be the Eric Raymer of whatever it is I'm sticking my...
Yeah, you be you. You be the best you. Learn from the companies that have gone before you, so we don't have to make the same mistakes. We can learn from their successes and their challenges and failures to figure out how we can do it better, how we can be the best at. And because how silly would it be to put all your time and effort into something that it turns out, won't fly, and there's enough information out. But be the best you and pursue your passion, and don't let others tell you can't do it.
And finally, if you'd rather be sleeping, you might not be an entrepreneur.
Oh, you know what? I would rather be sleeping.
Well,
I might not have it.
Shall I say it again?
I will
Probably
tell you, on Saturday afternoon, I'd gotten up, I'd done some things, and I went up to my room around 12:30 in the afternoon. I went up to my bedroom and I just crawled into bed and fell sound asleep.
There's nothing
for
wrong with
2
that.
hours. I didn't even know I was tired. Here's the thing is, I wasn't going up to take a nap. I wasn't going up because I thought I want to lie down. I was going up for something completely unrelated. There was my comfy little bed.
Hold
I
on.
laid down, zonked out
Time
for 2
out.
hours.
I get it. Okay, so we work hard and we play hard and we do everything we hard, and then when you go to bed, you sleep hard. I get it. That's fine. But that's not really what it's talking about. Tim Ferriss wants you to believe that you can have a 4-hour work week. And despite that, his you wanting you to believe that you can do that, very few ever get close to that. In fact, if you are an entrepreneur, you're probably going to be working those half days like we talk about, right?
Yeah, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
My son, and I love my son to death, but one of my sons, and I will name him as Stephen, for the first couple of years in his post-educational process, spent those couple of years, he's a phenomenally gifted bass player and bass guitar. And he spent those years playing video games on the couch and eating bonbons. In other words, he'd rather be sleeping than go out and do the work necessary in order to get the job. I think that's what we're talking about.
Well, the only place where success comes before hard work is in the dictionary, right? You have to put the time in. You can earn the reward of the sleeping behavior and resting and sitting around and eating bonbons. You can rest on your laurels after you get it done.
There you go. So thanks to Kevin Dahm in the Inc. 500 Entrepreneur and Best-Selling Author category for this article that has inspired our segment called Jeff Foxworthy Like-Isms. There you go. Wow, look at the time. 2 hours flies when you're having fun, right?
And we are having fun. We hope you're having fun. This is where you get to combat negativity for a couple hours a day. You miss any of it, you can download the podcast at experiencepros.com.
On behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we say thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you are inspired to action. Do something positive in business today. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back tomorrow with more positive business talk on the Experience Pros radio show.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
I'm Lex Friedman. I run my own business, so I know from experience, hiring